What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Today was an awful day for tech news. Literally nothing came out today that I could find of interest. There was some stuff I could have nitpicked at and potentially talked about, but it wouldn't have got the ball rolling with anything, so I kind of was like, whatever. I did get a bunch of questions from you guys, so I will answer those tech questions in this video. And then the other part of it is, I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty damn tired. I've been up since I couldn't even sleep last night. So really, I got about 3 hours of sleep last night, left the house at 5 a.m. to drive to Los Angeles from San Diego, which is about two and a half hours away. Picked up my mom. My mom's in town from New England. We're from, New England. And picked her up at the airport, LAX. Drove her back down here. So like basically 5 hours of driving with stopping and going and traffic, and I'm exhausted. So I'm just gonna do the Q&A today and not gonna like feed you a bunch of crap on the tech news side, because it's really not that much. So let's get into the questions. Our first question of the day comes from Mr. D's product review channel. It says most people either replace their phone every 1 or 2 years. If there were to be a replacement cycle of once every 5 years, in your opinion, would you recommend for the majority of people to get an upper mid-price tier phone, or for them to go all out and get one that they can grow into over the 5 years? It's a great question. I'd probably, to be honest with you, I'd probably just tell everybody to get an iPhone. I think those age really, really well over time. Don't get me wrong, I think Samsung phones have been doing a lot better in that department. The Google phones will probably do really, really well too, but I think I'd say just get an iPhone, and at that point you could probably get almost any 11, 12, or 13 iPhone and be fine with it for 5 years. Wanhu Choi, for charging speed for the S22 Ultra, is it going to be 65 watts? Because some say that it is, and some say that it is canceled and go 45 watts instead. What do you think? I think it's going to be 40. Who knows? I mean, I'm the same. I've heard it both ways. 65 watt and 45 watt. I heard 45 watt wireless, and I've heard 65 watt wired. I'm going to drop a little fortune dust on this to hopefully it will happen. I think we're going to see 65 watt wired charging and 45 watt wireless charging. Shajil Shazadi, Greg, don't think the S22 Ultra price increase is acceptable considering that it has an integrated S Pen and will come with the S Pen included in the box. But what do you think about the S22 and S22 Plus? I think the price should drop for those, the S22 Plus be only $50 to $100 more than the S22, as the S22 Plus is only a bigger S22. So literally the same phone. What's the thought that they should the S22 start at $649, S22 at $699, considering it has a plastic back with full HD plus resolution? I think those are great prices. I really think they need to compete. At least one of those phones needs to compete with the Pixel 6 phone, which starts at $599. It should be $599, $699 or $799, and then the Ultra should be like $999. That's my opinion. It's not going to happen, but I think that's what they should do. Orlando Vintez, is it sad that sometimes I'm more interested in your shows than what people, my wife, have to say? Thanks, I guess. Don't tell your wife that. I mean, if you think about it like this, okay, you're interested in with what you're interested in. I feel like sometimes, especially when you're married, it can get serious sometimes. It's not a lot of fun as much anymore because you get into the adult routine, and watching tech news or watching YouTube is kind of a release. And sometimes the wife or the husband really isn't a release anymore because you've been together for so long and you kind of just, in this life grind together. New York's finest, now that we know the S22 Ultra will be significantly higher than the Pixel Pro, would you recommend us getting the Pixel Pro, or should we still wait for the S22 Ultra? Obviously, if you need S Pen compatibility, you have to go with the S22 Ultra. But with that said, I think everything else, except for the brighter screen, I really love bright screen. So I'd probably still, if someone needs a bright screen, I'd probably still stare them into the S22 Ultra. But beyond that, it's a tough decision there, because even if there's bugs, which I don't use the Pixel 6 Pro as my main phone, but when I do use it, I don't run into that many bugs with it. I know some people have more bugs than the others, depending upon what they do with it, but those bugs will be ironed out with updates. And then the S22 Ultra won't be here for another few months. It's a tough decision. Both of them are going to be amazing phones. I think the better question is not even, because the S22 Ultra does take nice photos and going to have hopefully increased photo capabilities. But I don't know, if photos are your main thing, and especially if people get these Pixel 6 Pro, everything else is probably going to be better with the S22 Ultra. And our last question of the day comes from Hi, bye. Hi, Greg. How was your day? It was good. Anyways, I was wondering how durable the Z Fold series for day-to-day usage is. I want to keep a phone for the next 3 or 4 years. And also, do you think Samsung would lower the price of the S22 Note at launch since it was basically being using some of the same specs as the previous generation? Have a wonderful day. So, using the Z Fold 3 day-to-day for 3 or 4 years, I'll be honest, I'd be a little wary of that. Like if I knew someone was gonna have a phone for 3 or 4 years and they don't have an insurance plan, especially after the 3rd or 4th year, I'd be very hesitant of saying, yeah, the Z Fold 3 will probably be fine. I don't know. I'd be a little worried about it. There's a great possibility to still be fine, but I don't know, it just would worry me some. But otherwise, I think the phone would be great. I think some of the camera obviously won't age well. I don't think in 4 years, but it's definitely passable. Even now, it still takes some great photos with good lighting. And then the rest of your question was all about, will they lower the price of the S22 Note, Ultra, whatever they end up calling it? No, I don't think they're going to. I think it's going to be that $12.99 price that we've been seeing, and I don't think you're going to see much lower than that. If you do, it's going to be $11.99, which is still pretty high compared to the competition. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, sorry there really wasn't any tech news. I didn't want to just make something up or grab something and just run with it that was whatever, lame or something. So there you guys go. Answered your tech questions. Have a great day. I'm going to take a nap, and I'll see you down the road. Peace.